But now we have a lot of police. Some come from very fast states, Sokoto, Zamfara. Before they adjust,
They've moved them again.
Yes, it takes quite some time. And sometimes they move them again. And we also know that right now, some of them are even more interested in what they get from what I know some people the security agencies who lobby to come to the Niger Delta in particular, because that's where the action is.
Yes,
you know,
the action,
so,
as you put it.
So even when I was my early years as a governor, I was a strong proponent of community policing. Unfortunately, many of my colleagues then, especially from the northern states, did not believe we should believe in it. There was this argument that governors will use the police
against their opponents,
especially for election purposes and all that.
But they seem to have come around now, because the governors seem to have agreed on the whole issue of the decentralization of the police.
That's what I was coming. That's what I was coming to.
They seem to have agreed on that, even though there has been little action, because the committee that was set up is to be chaired by the Inspector General.
Of course.
Which would in itself introduce some...
yes.
Because
the top hierarchy of the police, they've never agreed for community police.
So,
they have never agreed.
Yes,
I know that. So, what am I saying? That the community police,
right,
if it's in place, you see, there are crimes of different degrees. These are crimes that the traditional rulers are able to handle, you know, conflicts that they're able to handle. Instead of the handling it now, they do take it to the police. A woman who does not agree for the husband at night, the police will come in. What is? So our police are overworked, they are overused, they are doing unnecessary things and they are few.
And they are few.
They are few. So if we now do that community policing structure, they will be the local police knows these are the areas of my operation, and they limit themselves to that. Crimes that are more maybe more dangerous or more technical, they go higher. So we'll have the state police, we'll have a local government police, then of course we'll have the national police, and they know their boundaries. These are the things that, it's just like the courts, you know, like the courts.
But there are other things, sorry, Your Excellency, there are other things, of course, associated with restructuring. There's the issue of revenue, which the Niger Delta would be very interested in because of the issue of derivation and adjustments to the current formula and all that. There are other issues as well, the question of even the elections you mentioned, providing a level playing field and all of that. So when we talk, when I was, of course, the community policing part is very important, but I was talking about the bigger one.
Oh, the bigger,
the issue of restructuring in general.
Yes, if you are talking about restructuring,
in general,
you know, people look at it from various areas. Some look at it on geographical restructuring, but I've always looked at restructuring on more of an administrative thing.
What's your own? What are you advocating?
No, I'm advocating shedding of weight by the federal government. You know, if
more to the states.
Yes, to the states and the local government. The federal government has no business talking about a primary healthcare center. But they come to your state without even discussing with you. They go to one rural area, put primary healthcare center, sometimes furnish, sometimes they don't furnish, and you're not aware of it. Even the local government is not aware of it. So the thing is there, becomes bushy, you know, until somebody discovers it. Meanwhile, the contractor has come, and most times the contractors are not even from the local area. The contractors, they can be a primary healthcare center here that is being built by a contractor from Katsina. You know, and of course, at the end of the day, they are all abandoned. There are so many primary healthcare centers in this country that are abandoned because there's no coordination. You know. So the federal government should reduce the kind of weight that they are carrying in the area of education,
of exclusive and concurrent list of
primary school. For Christ's sake, the federal government should not be talking about. Somebody cannot be in Abuja and be controlling one primary school in one rural community. That's why we have local government councils. That's why we have state councils. So for me, federal government should shed weight, yeah, and of course empower the states and local government more to deal with some of the issues that they are dealing with and face really
big issues.
Yes.
Now, one of those really big issues you alluded to earlier when you were talking about community policing, and that is security.
Yeah.
We face a significant number of security challenges across the country. Some get more airtime and more newspaper pages than others, but nevertheless, there are a lot of them. Herdsmen versus farmers, cattle rustling, banditry, kidnapping, armed robbery itself, and a whole host of others. Now, you've talked about overhauling the security architecture with reference to the police. But in terms of the bigger picture, what do you see? What would you like to see?
Well, first of all, in terms of the bigger picture, my worry, yes, we will have security agencies well equipped, trained, and all that. But my worry is us as citizens.
What do you mean?
I believe that we are causing more crisis as citizens because of the things that come from us. There are so many hate speeches, so many hate write-ups, especially in social media, so many hate conferences and all that. And these hate speeches or whatever is causing more crisis. It's making it more difficult for various governments, either the federal, state, or local government, to manage security situation. You know, there are so many religious leaders who are going around creating hate amongst us. There's so much hatred amongst us from our religious institutions. Religious leaders have to preach peace rather than war.
Well, they also say that they have to point out injustice.
Yes, point out. That's good. I'm happy you use the word point out. You see, pointing out an injustice is different from inflaming, inciting people. Many of our religious leaders are now inciting people. If there's a crisis somewhere, you can point it out to whoever is supposed to handle it. But when you incite your people to go and arm themselves, to go and carry gun, to see, if you are fair and you see black, the person is black, just strike. You should defend yourself. All those kind of things. You know, those are dangerous things that are happening. And I think we need to tell our people. We need to educate our people. Because what happened in Rwanda, if you've been to Rwanda, if you go to the Genocide Museum and you see the history, the story of what happened, we will be careful. You know, so on a larger picture, security-wise, the security agencies should be more equipped. They should be better trained. Of course, sometimes you need more numbers, and we need to also now be able to start looking at who does what, because soldiers are doing things that police should normally do. Navy is doing what police should normally do. You know. The
states are having to set up vigilante forces themselves.
Yeah, those are the local police. So, people are taking soldiers to guide their houses. I mean, we should leave that to the police.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.